There's a new illegal immigration crackdown launched in Illinois that the Department of Homeland Security says is in honor of Katie Abraham, who was killed in January in a drunk driving crash blamed on a driver here in the U.S. illegally. Her father, Joe, supports the operation targeting criminal aliens, telling Fox,
I love the terms I keep hearing. Families are separated. Children are being taken or parents are being taken. My daughter was taken. We are separated. I will never see her again.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, a Democrat, says he's concerned about potential militarized immigration enforcement without due process, accusing ICE of violating detainees' human rights. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is calling dangerous a Supreme Court ruling that allows the Trump administration to resume illegal immigration raids in Southern California, lifting a block by a judge who'd called the raids unconstitutional, targeting people in part based on race. U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley tells Fox that's not true.
They use what's called reasonable suspicion, and that includes work sites. It includes other types of activities that they see, like if people are fleeing when they see an ICE agent or they see a Border Patrol agent. It includes all kinds of factors.
Israel has ordered an evacuation for all of Gaza City, where about 1 million Palestinians live, as it escalates the war against Hamas, taking out high-rise buildings that Israel says are housing Hamas infrastructure and surveillance. At least 21 people are dead in another Russian attack in the Ukraine war, 21 others injured.
Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky announced the strike, showing video of bodies scattered on the ground, killed by a glide bomb fitted with pop-out wings and satellite navigation. He says the bomb hit older civilians waiting to collect pension payments in the village of Yorova in eastern Ukraine, the Donetsk region, where Ukraine says Russia has 100,000 troops ready for a new offensive.
That's Fox's Chris Foster. Ryan Ruth will soon return to a federal court in Florida, acting as his own lawyer, as jury selection resumes to put Ruth on trial, charged in the second Trump assassination attempt last year. America's listening to Fox News.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B? Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
The House Oversight Committee has the first batch of files it subpoenaed from Jeffrey Epstein's family in the investigation into his sex trafficking operation involving underage girls, and if he had high-profile, well-known clients.
It includes a birthday book that Ghislaine Maxwell assembled for Epstein's 50th birthday. Also in the documents, a 2007 non-prosecution agreement between the feds and Epstein. Now, the birthday book purports to include a letter from President Trump. Committee Democrats say that President Trump writes about, quote, a wonderful secret between he and Epstein. The White House says the president did not draw the picture nor sign it.
Fox's Chad Pergram at the Capitol. Democrats may get one more seat in the House as voters in Virginia go to the polls this morning to fill one of the 4 vacancies in Congress.
Democrat and Fairfax County Supervisor James Walkinshaw is the heavy favorite to win Tuesday's special election in Virginia to replace Congressman Jerry Connolly, who passed away earlier this year to cancer. Republican Stuart Whitson is trying to pull off the upset and flip the blue seat. Republicans currently have a 219 to 212 seat majority. Walkinshaw was Connolly's chief of staff for 11 years. If he wins, Republicans will only be able to lose 2 members on any vote along party lines, as opposed to 3. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures have been rising for the Dow and the NASDAQ, which closed at a record high yesterday. On Monday Night Football, a comeback.
Pass is caught, spinning grab by Aaron Jones. And somehow, some way, the Minnesota Vikings are on top.
Down 17-6 going into the final quarter in Chicago. J.J. McCarthy threw 2 touchdown passes and ran for another score, leading the Vikings to a 27-24 win on ESPN over the Bears in the first week of the NFL season. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Well, a man charged in a stabbing last week had left 3 first responders hurt in Champaign. An individual called 911 last Thursday reporting they were experiencing mental health issues at a location near Neal Street and Buena Vista Drive. Officers arresting Trevor Lewis. He faces aggravated battery and resisting charges. No one hurt following an apartment fire in Champaign. That blaze broke out Sunday in the 700 block of South Mattis Avenue. Crews quickly extinguished the flames. The fire began at the dryer vent. It's believed to be accidental. Registration for the electronics recycling event in Champaign County now open. The countywide residential electronics collection put on by Champaign-Urbana, Champaign County, the County Court and Probation Services in the village of Savoy. Takes place Saturday, October 11, 8 a.m. to noon at the Parkland College. If you'd like more information, you can contact the Village of Savoy. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
I mean, I know you get appointments for that recycling of electronics, but there's no known way that I know in Illinois to get rid of your television. Mm-hmm. If you have an old TV console, there's no legal way. I mean, people dump them in the country.
Right.
But I have no idea how you're supposed to do that.
With the tube in it and all that.
Well, it's just, so you have the old stuff. It's in the basement, and you're not supposed to throw it away. I think Goodwill takes computer screens. I don't know. You can take it to Max Twin City Recycling on your computer. But screens, good luck to you, Solier. If you have that old Zenith in the basement, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, I used to have those Sonys with the huge, back end cathode ray tube things. So,
so there's that. Anyway, so you can, October 11, you can sign up and you can go out there. There's going to be a lot of people and you're trying to do it right and all these other things, but it's not easy to get rid of electronics these days.
Nope.
There's no doubt.
Nope.
Well, it's Tuesday, according to the screen.
Yes, September 9th.
September the 9th. I'm Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
It's meteorologist Greg Solier. He's been making kind of idyllic weather as a hobby now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, I don't know what to say.
Mild days, cool nights.
Man.
Who's to complain?
No.
Yeah, we need rain.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I know. Mm-hmm. Weather brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you, always looking for good members of the team. If you'd like to improve health of community members across the region, and there's opportunities for growth too, visit carl.org/careers.
All right, my friend, talk to me. It's Tuesday, big football game this Saturday for a 9th-ranked Fighting Illini, and everything looks clean and green.
Yeah, that's right. I thought it was Friday, but Saturday you're just splitting hairs on what's going to be kind of a summer-like spell of weather that gets going, and we're still in the midst of summertime, not until the 22nd, and a little after 1 do we officially roll into the old equinox of the fall and autumnal season. So, that said, Friday evening football high school action games will be into the lower 80s, and we'll probably be looking at, is that a 6 o'clock or 6:30 kickoff there Saturday evening?
It is a 6 o'clock.
Still probably north of 80 even at that time.
6 o'clock. We don't know. We have no idea.
Anyway, hot for September. We'll put it that way.
You told me to wear shorts for Friday,
yes.
So the same would go for Saturday then.
Exactly, yes. Right. So multiple pairs for multiple days, and the warm weather continues on well into even the late portions of next week. I wouldn't be surprised if we just kind of roll through the rest of September, much like this, unfortunately, without any real substantial rain. It is raining in parts of southwest Iowa, northwest Missouri this morning, and into the northern Great Lakes region, and doesn't help us around here, but these dry grounds and dry air masses get these wide-ranging temperatures, and that continues on as chilly as 39 at Crawfordsville, 44 at Danville. We sit at 47 over at Willett and Savoy, 46 at Rantoul, about 50 or close to it up the road towards the Bloomington Normal area. And so it goes with another spectacular day's worth of weather, sun-filled, light breeze, afternoon temperatures approaching normal highs, close to 80 this afternoon, partly cloudy tonight, 52. Tomorrow mostly sunny, warm, highs up around 84 and a light southeast to south wind, and just keep diddling it right on through Thursday into Friday, and add a couple degrees each day at 87 Thursday, close to 90 Friday afternoon, should make 90 Saturday and Sunday. There is a remote chance for a stray shower of no consequence Saturday night, well after football. Then Monday, Tuesday, a little bit down on temperatures, but still above average for the time of year. Highs still in the 80s, that is, and no rain in the forecast for probably mid to late portions of next week as well. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, my friend, thank you so much. There you go. So the harvest, I think, will go fast.
Right.
There's not going to be a rain. Ladies and gentlemen, these farmers get out and get her done.
I know, and they're in sheds and tweaking equipment and making sure they're ready for go time as soon as that happens. I know the Western Michigan tip-off is 6. The Indiana game was just called at 6:30.
That'll be the next weekend in Bloomington on that sellout. And they're presuming that Indiana's going to beat whoever they play. And then Illinois is favored by 27.5 to beat Western Michigan. So it's showtime in Bloomington, Indiana, where both teams should be 3-0 based on what we're seeing. And that means they'll be glazed over there. 12 hours of tailgating. Oh, boy. It's a primetime game on NBC, I think.
Yes, it is.
So it's good. It's great for the program. It's just that pesky Hoosiers. They're a basketball. Somebody needs to remind them they play basketball. Well, here they got this Chris Signetti. Is that his name? Anyway, he's the man. I mean, wow. If you look at the coach at Indiana, I'm skipping this week and I shouldn't, but I just want to mention one thing. Coach at Indiana has never been a head coach where he hasn't just won big.
Right.
He wins every time. That's why he's never gotten
Google me.
Yeah, he says, I win, Google me. Well, he's right. Is it bragging if you're right?
That's right.
No, he's the man, and I don't know. I would think they'd be favored over there. Anyway, at Western Michigan, we need to come out very focused. In the years past, that would be a game you'd be freaking out about because, mid-major, we're better. We're a better team, better program, more foundational, bigger, stronger, faster, I hope. But I'm telling you, everybody was concerned with the Duke first half saying, man, who are these man-children linemen for defense? I mean, Duke dominated us.
Yes.
And we came out, adjustments came through, wore them out.
Thank goodness we had a good second half.
We had a great second half, and so we win. And the Bears last night, foundationally, the Chicago Bears are so much better. They totally had the game. I kept looking at the score going 17.
Me too.
Felt like 27-6. It should have been more, and it wasn't, and that's how you lose those games. And then I had said J.J. McCaffrey, is that his name? J.J., whatever the quarterback of – he's Michigan, so I just have it locked in. And then they beat me, and they shouldn't have, and all that stuff. The guy has an arm that's crazy, and he apparently has leadership skills even when he threw the pick six. He was telling his guys, it's hang in there and all that other stuff. And he's only 22. What?
Wow.
So it looks like the Vikings have a very good quarterback. And here we go. And the Bears, they play at the Lions. The Lions look horrible. They'll probably look really good. It's in Detroit. It won't be easy. But I think it's a process when you go from really a loser like the Bears have been to maybe a Brett Bielema, except you're 4 years behind him. Kind of thing. So maybe the culture can change up. They honored the 85 Bears. Saw a lot of players on the field. Coach was not there. Mike Ditka was not able to be there. So, but, 40 years.
Yeah.
Bears are saying that was awesome.
That's right.
Maybe we should win again. Mm-hmm. And Lovie Smith had him in there against the Colts, however many years ago that was. But they lost the Super Bowl. But other than that, been pretty dry for the Chicago Bears.
Right.
So hopefully things improve this year. You hear all the Bears action. Q96.1. We'll have the next one this Sunday at Detroit. I think that's noon. So
yes, that's right.
Okay, here's your sports headlines.
All right. Well, Seattle ended up beating the Cardinals 4-2 yesterday. Let's get your details on that.
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Last night in Seattle, the Cardinals had a 2-0 lead on a home run by Alec Burleson, but that went up in smoke as the Mariners were able to put up 4 runs, all in the 6th inning, to win 4-2.
Young right-hander Brian Wu was very good for the Mariners. They have outstanding pitching. Not a lot of hits for the Mariners, but they scored all their runs in 1 inning, a 4-run inning. But the Mariners have a tremendous offense. Miles Michaelis was really good for the Cardinals. The loss went to Gordon Graceffo in relief of Miles.
The Cardinals had only 3 hits, and they were 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position.
Too many strikeouts, not enough balls in play.
And strikeouts, 9 for Wu, 2 for Brash, 1 for Bizzardo, 2 for their closer, Munoz. The win to Wu, the loss to Graceffo, and Munoz saved his 33rd. We're on the air tonight beginning at 7:45 Central. Matthew Liberatore against George Kirby.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
Atlanta beat the Cubs 4-1 yesterday. That series continues over on US 105.9, 6:15 for the first pitch. Tampa Bay Rays start up a series on Chicago's South Side against the White Sox with a 6:40 start. Well, we covered the Vikings over the Bears 27-24 with a come-from-behind kind of win.
17-6 in the fourth quarter. Bears winning, controlling. They scored 21 straight points.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Had control, and they had, pick six at 17-6. I think they're going to win. And the Vikings just got lit up. It was really dominating for about 10 full minutes of the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they needed.
So if you have any comments, you can text in 217-359-2255. Gabe Yakas named the Panini Senior Bowl Defensive Player of the Week as the preseason All-American helped our Illini to that 45-19 win over Duke, the only player in the nation with a sack and a forced fumble in back-to-back games this season.
No, he looks like a man. Gabe Yakas is good, number 17. And, yeah. He's, man, can you imagine him running after you? Oof. Mm-hmm. He's a big fella. Mm-hmm. And he runs so fast.
The game, Western Michigan at 6 o'clock, Family Day on FS1. In case you're watching at home, it is sold out. We're looking forward to it. And again, the people on the PR side pushing early. Go into Memorial Stadium early.
Or just be a little late. Because if you're late, you miss some of the game, but you're going to miss some of the game. Mm-hmm. So if you want to be there for the kickoff, you got to plan that. It won't happen. There'll be just tons of people complaining that it's so crowded and they got to get a better system. No, we got the system. We have more people, so somebody's got to decide, I'll go in a half hour early.
That's right.
It's fun.
Uh-huh.
I like going early.
I do too, and 90 minutes ahead of time is the Illini Walk, where you see the team. Might as well just go in right after that.
Well, I don't know if I'd go in. I mean, I'm not going in 10 minutes before. If the game's at 6, I want to start going at 5:15.
Okay.
And then if I get in 5:40, that's fine.
And again, I think it's 90 minutes out that they start all these specials.
Yeah,
and
you
all
can
the
get special
concession stands.
drinks and food, and I mean, there's
like
that.
up to $3 or $4 off.
I think people will have, a lot of people will have eaten something.
I agree.
But during the game, it's just also part of the culture. It's like going to the movie getting popcorn. Do you really need the popcorn? But yeah, I kind of like the popcorn.
Right. I
it's
agree.
$12. That's okay. Yeah, movie.
Just
once. We're going to the movie.
And you're in that Grange Grove area.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's Family Day. In case you have young people with you, they have the bounce houses and music and all kinds of fun
things. It's just
going
to be fun. Go
Absolutely.
early. All right, our weather brought to you by Grizzly's Chimney Service, providing excellent services since 2008. Chimney cleaning, chimney restoration, stove installations, tuck pointing. GrizzlySweep.com, family owned. You're going to like these people. They're terrific at what they do. Mm-hmm. All right, going to check your Fox Business. That'll be coming up next. Check your weather forecast again. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Van Ness vicinity. Another cool start to the day. No organized rainfall anticipated anytime soon. Easily out over the next 7 to 10 to probably 10 to 14 days, except for maybe a stray shower late Saturday night. Otherwise, sunshine, cool start to the day. Later on this afternoon, 79 the forecast high, approaching seasonal levels with a light southeast to south wind. Few scattered clouds for tonight. On temperatures down to about 52. Gentlest of a southeast wind. For the day tomorrow, a warmer afternoon, sun-filled at 84, light southeast to south wind down into the upper 50s tomorrow night, and Thursday quite warm, mostly sunny, will top out around 87. Look at the Friday and weekend high temperatures. A very warm Friday, the high approaching 90 with sunshine. Saturday partly cloudy, highs to about 90, a hot day there with maybe a small chance for a shower at night, up near 90 on Sunday, with mid to upper 80s and more dry weather continuing Monday to Tuesday of next week. For TVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Take charge of the years ahead. with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868, Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Apple shares are narrowly lower. The new lineup of iPhones is expected today. A slimmer Air model is expected, which could eventually lead to Apple's version of a folding phone. Volkswagen says it will invest up to $1.2 billion in artificial intelligence over the next 5 years. VW expects the investment to result in billions worth of savings. There's merger news. Japan's Mitsubishi Electric is buying San Francisco-based cybersecurity company Nozomi Networks. The deal's valued at about $1 billion. Drug giant Novartis is buying Tourmaline Bio, a company working on a cardiovascular treatment, and mining companies Anglo American and Tech Resources are merging, creating one of the world's largest copper producers. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda, invested in you.
You never know who might be taking the quiz.
I'm Clay Aiken.
I am Dre DeMatteo.
Hey, everybody, it's Billy Baldwin.
Hey, everyone, it's Patricia Heaton.
Hey, everyone, I'm Nicole Palizzi.
Hey, everyone, it's Candace Bushnell.
Hey, everyone, it's Henry Golding.
Hey, everyone, it's Zachary Levi. Hey, everybody's Kevin Nealon, and it's time to take the quiz.
5 questions in less than 5 minutes every day. Listen and follow at thequiz.fox.
Thank you for taking the quiz.
After working with several agents, real estate agents over the years, Mary found the gold standard when she contacted the professionals at the Nate Evans Group. Mary says that she worked with Kennedy from the Nate Evans Group to sell her current home and her lake home, and said that she handled each transaction with dedication, expert knowledge, and genuine care.
A lake home. Are you interested in some things? Would you like to check out the Coming Soon program with Nate Evans and the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty? Maybe you want to move fast and get that immediate cash offer on your home. There's flexible fees. Sell your home for the most money possible. Hop into the next chapter with your dream home. In fact, if you want to get the process started, you can enter your address as you click on the home estimate button and get your answer. Yeah. Call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans at 217-239-7113. A friend you can trust. Just do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
One unmistakable voice, one night only, an evening with Amy Grant, live in concert. Multiple Grammy and Dove Award winner, Amy Grant, live in concert. A night that will get your feet moving and your heart beating. Amy Grant, live in concert, September 22nd at the Virginia Theater in Champaign, Illinois. Tickets are on sale now at amygrant.com. Grab your friends and make plans now for the night you'll be talking about all year.
Kick off football season like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circus Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees ever. Other books may charge you just to get on the field, but with Circus Sports, every play is yours to call. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's what new customers are saying about Interstate Batteries.
It's nice to see capable and helpful associates. They did a top-notch job.
They were easy to talk to and explained everything.
Service was prompt and I was a walk-in. Total service time was only like 20 minutes. I highly recommend Interstate Batteries.
Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. How much is dependable worth? Experience them for the first time at 2504 North Mattis. Way out there, but worth the drive. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
Visit interstatebatteries.com.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Start
Okay, woman stabbed in Charlotte, North Carolina. This was just so awful. It is
on the subway.
Yeah, she's on the subway,
just looking at her phone.
So why wouldn't we hear about this for 3 weeks? Because the mainstream media won't cover it. Because it was a black person that stabbed a Ukrainian immigrant. She just got done with her pizza job. Beautiful young lady, sitting there on her phone. And this schizophrenic that never should have been out of jail stands up and just stabs her 40 times. Walks down the aisle with blood dripping from his knife, and nobody does anything.
What?
It is sickening. And this guy had, you don't have a long enough arm of all the things he's done. His mother kicked him out of their house, called authorities, got him evaluated. He's a schizophrenic, and they let him go. Man, this is bad. Folks, the message is this. Be careful. No matter where you are, where you go, don't sit in front of somebody without knowing what's going on behind you. I mean, you have to be aware of everything.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. And what are we doing in our criminal justice system? The mayor of Charlotte comes out and says, well, we can't arrest our way. Yeah, you can. You can take this crazy criminal evil person and lock them away, put them in a mental, whatever it is. They can't be on the street.
My goodness.
Sitting there unsuspecting, getting stabbed like that.
And she's only 23.
Just horrific. So what is the deal? We can't allow this. Otherwise, it keeps happening. Do you think this is the only crazy guy in a subway? Every city's got him. What do we do about it? Well, they're not supposed to be out living among us when they're not mentally stable like that. I mean, this is extreme. This is a schizophrenic that's been diagnosed with a long rap sheet, many problems with his own family. Got violent. Mother kicked him out of the house. I think they got a restraining order on their own son. And we're not supposed to cover it because it's a black man that stabbed a white woman? Reverse that and see what would have happened on August 22nd. It would have been nothing we talked about for a long time. So and that's why it's another reason, based on the facts that we got from Washington, D.C. about police being told to, make this, and so make the crime numbers look better. So I don't trust them. When the media puts the top on this thing, it's something we need to discuss. It's a real problem. But everything's fine. Everything's fine here in Chicago. Only 18 shot last weekend and 6 dead in Chicago over this last weekend. Wow.
Yeah.
You're in total denial.
Keep pushing that the numbers are dropping from way high to a couple of less.
You're leading murder capital for the last dozen years in Chicago. But there's no problem here, and he's a Hitler.
Yeah. Please don't send help. And I personally don't think he should.
I don't think you should do it if they don't want it. But for them to just let the people vote him out of office, because that's what we do and how we do it. But if you're in that kind of denial and you're accepting, and they talk like it's a professorial seminar, well, we have to get more funding to create these. The people dying every day. What are we doing?
Right.
Why are we allowing this? Why do we tolerate this? You don't have to do that. What's happened in Washington, D.C. is a game changer. Maybe we should take a peek. You don't like the guy that's doing it, but you can't deny it's worked. You've saved generational. People aren't dying, and you don't have to go down the stream. All that affects a lot of people when somebody dies. I don't know. It's yeah. But what happened in Charlotte? The fact that it didn't get covered. That's really bad.
34-year-old committed for schizophrenia, arrested earlier this year, repeatedly.
I would put, maybe you put
14 prior cases.
14 prior cases. You think he's got a problem? You just wait till they kill somebody, so you have to hold them? Even then, they'll probably want a commuted sentence. No, we need to have social workers out there. We need to, wow.
The scary thing is, inside the last week, our own first responders
got stabbed. 3 people.
Yes.
We have a mental...
I believe 1 still in the hospital. Thank goodness. I've been praying for the 2 that are been released from the hospital.
We have a mental health crisis, and whether we want to deal with this or not, we're going to have more horrible stories like these. You can always chime in on the Fisher National Bank text line 217-359-2255. The people you elect matter. I'm not so sure judges shouldn't be brought into letting these people out, and they are held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to be careful. It's not fair for families. This Ukrainian family loses this beautiful young lady from the pizza shop, and it's not a problem. It's fine, and we can't arrest our way we can't incarcerate everybody.
Republican House Speaker Destin Hall wrote, "This is the cost of soft on crime leadership. Anyone who puts criminals before victims has no business in public office."
No, it's remarkable. There something else I'll tell you about here in a second too. 217-359-2255. Any thoughts? 7:30, time for Fox News and Weather after that.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Maryland Governor Wes Moore says he wants to serve a second term in the deep blue state. This from his YouTube video this morning.
We are moving forward fast across the state and across party lines to prove to a dysfunctional Washington that there is a better way forward.
Many see the governor's potential 2028 presidential candidate, but he said a few days ago he's not running for president. President Trump addressing the murder of Irina Zarutska, killed in a light rail train August 22nd in Charlotte, calling the suspect a madman and a lunatic. Charlotte Councilman Edwin Peacock III.
I hope this wakes up a conversation not just around the mental health topic, which has certainly been talked about a lot, but we have to actually follow that with actions. And as sad as this tragedy is, I hope that it will shine a bright light on it.
A Republican on Fox News first, and Minnesota defeats Chicago 27-24 Monday Night Football. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Man charged in a stabbing last week. He left 3 first responders injured in Champaign. An individual called 911 last Thursday reporting they were experiencing mental health. At a location near Neal Street and Buena Vista Drive, officers arresting Trevor Lewis, who sent victims to the hospital. Champaign County Crime Stoppers asking for the public's help in identifying the suspect involved in an aggravated battery incident at a McDonald's in Urbana. It happened August 29 in the 600 block of North Cunningham Avenue. A customer became irate when staff could not locate his online order. September is Bike Month, and Champaign County has events planned to celebrate. Wednesday from 7 to 10 a.m. will be the 15th annual Champaign County Bike to Work Day, presented by MTD and the University of Illinois and the City of Champaign. Tuesday, September 16th from 4 to 7, there will be the 18th annual Light the Night Free Bike Light Giveaway. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
At Watts Copy Systems, they offer cost-efficient solutions for your busy office. If you'd like a free evaluation, just call 217-352-0428. Our weather now brought to you this morning by Kurt Lenschow. He's at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt Lenschow and State Farm are there.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity, and this delightful late summertime weather pattern continues on. And if you're still looking and clamoring for a little more summertime, your wish will be granted with a big warm-up in temperatures over the second half of the week, much of next week as well. Almost a midsummer feel anticipated, minus the humidity with these dry, drought-ridden grounds, which will continue to increase and expand. Remote prospects for a drop or two of rain at some point Saturday night. Next week, if not beyond. Mostly sunny today, near seasonal warmth, the high approaching 80 in some spots, light southeast to south wind, partly cloudy 52 for tonight, mostly sunny warmer for the day tomorrow, up around 84, gentlest of a southeast to south wind. 58 tomorrow night, sunshine at 87 on Thursday, kickoff Friday evening into the lower 80s. Before that, afternoon highs close to 90, will make 90 Saturday and Sunday, with 80s for high temperatures into Monday and Tuesday of next week as well. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Michelle Thornsboro. She is, along with her husband Brad, the owner of Grizzly's Chimney Service. What about the various services that you provide?
We provide chimney inspections, cleanings, gas inspections, installs, gas fireplaces, wood inserts, wood stoves. We also do all restoration work to chimneys and fireplaces, tuck pointing, even tuck pointing entire homes if needed. Connect with us by visiting our website, grizzlysweep.com. You can call me at 217-504-2050, or you can visit our Facebook page.
Sarah Champagne Managing Partner Ben Quattrone.
We're always looking for people. You can go online and apply on our website. we never know what we're going to need. We're always expanding. We're always building more and growing our business. If we don't need a person and they come along and we find out that they're an eagle, they're a star, we'll hire them. We'll put them somewhere and wait for the spot we're going to have them working.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com.
Back to school means back to Jets. Right now, get a build your own large 2-topping pizza for just $14.99 with code JETS101. Choose your crust, Detroit style, hand tossed, or thin, and make it yours with bold flavors like turbo, butter, garlic, or Cajun. Perfect for feeding hungry kindergartners all the way to worn out grad students. For a limited time, get your large 2-topping pizza for $14.99 now at jetspizza.com with code JETS101. It's not just pizza, it's Jets Pizza.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
217-359-2255. Doug says, always a delight to turn on Fox News Light in the morning and catch more of the propaganda from the Shame Network that just paid $750 million in defamation for lying to people like you. Well, thanks for listening, Doug. Rick says, Steve and Diane, I'm sick and tired of hearing you can't arrest your way out. That is some liberal line that has no common sense. The media doesn't report because it doesn't fit the narrative. I'm wondering what I said in the last 10 minutes that's been dishonest. You get what you tolerate? Schizophrenia people that have 14 arrests and convictions, is it? Shouldn't be on the street and they should be absolutely arrested? What is a lie about that?
Right.
What did I say that wasn't true? It's just... It is horrible.
And when I do an online search to reaffirm, it's just media sources from everywhere. I don't know what source Doug taps into that is not propaganda.
MSNBC, CNN. If you're somebody that watches stations like that, particularly the far left, then you're just you're for guys playing in girls' sports and you're for men and women's bathrooms, and we just disagree. It doesn't make sense. It's flat out evil. When you have a little 7-year-old that wants to change their sex, it's evil to cut their body parts off. That's pure devil, Satan evil. And there is evil in the world, and that's what you're dealing with. So it is, we try and, I call a lot of common sense, but Trump says the same thing, so that makes me bad, and I'm a Hitler supporter. That's fine. Whatever you think, I'm sorry for you, because I think you're wrong. So it's good. 217-359-2255. We appreciate them on, and we'd like to have the conversation.
Absolutely.
But if there's not an outrage about the woman that's sitting on the light rail getting stabbed 40 times when this man should never have been on the street. Now they have whistles. Where was the whistle story? Was that in California? Where if they see ice, they start blowing their whistles?
Oh, wow.
And then they're defending. This is Chicago. I believe it was Chicago. So you're talking about they're trying to get these convicted felons. They're sitting in jail. They're very bad people that have done very bad things, and they're protecting that. And so I guess what you can say with some of the things I say is you can say it's not true. It's just not true. Crime's not up in Chicago. It's down. And 18 shots fired and hitting 18 bodies and 6 of them are dead is okay, because it's only 6. And last year I think it was 7. I mean, it is. How can we tolerate that? That's the whole thing. But it's very frustrating. But if you are on the Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump and all the bad things he did, I mean, Rosie O'Donnell is you want to pray for her, because you just can't. She just has to live in this world of clenched fist and gnashing teeth and all these. It's horrible. But Alan Dershowitz, the famed Democrat who got totally canceled because he had common sense views on some things. But here's Alan Dershowitz saying, I volunteer to sue Rosie O'Donnell on behalf of the president.
Professor, I want to ask you about this. Rosie O'Donnell, I want you to take a listen to what she said to Jim Acosta regarding President Trump and his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Take a listen to this.
We still don't know why his name appears multiple times in the Epstein
We do know why,
Jim. Trump.
We all know why.
Yeah.
You have to know why. Why else do you think he paid $1 billion to Jeffrey Epstein over the time of their friendship? $1 billion. He wrote in his birthday book, here's to all the secrets.
So there you have Rosie O'Donnell defaming the president of the United States, lying that President Trump paid Jeffrey Epstein $1 billion to keep quiet. Could she be sued? I know he's a public figure, so the rules are kind of different here, but what are your thoughts?
Of course she could be sued. There was malice there, and I would be happy to help sue Rosie O'Donnell. She is a despicable liar and defamer of people, and she shouldn't be allowed to get away with it. You know, she's now moved out of the country. She hates America. She hates American politicians, and she ought to be sued. I hope she is sued, and I volunteer pro bono to help out anybody who wants to sue Rosie O'Donnell on behalf of the president. Rosie O'Donnell is not above the law, and the president's not below the law. He has the right to sue for defamation if he can demonstrate malice, and I think the malice in this case is very clear.
How much would you sue her for?
Everything she's worth. I don't know what she's worth now, but certainly several $100 million. The president's reputation is at stake. He didn't pay $1 billion to Jeffrey Epstein. I was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. I know about the relationship between Trump and Epstein. It ended early on in time. Trump, I've seen many of the records. There's nothing to inculpate Trump in any way, and she just is lying through her teeth because she hates Donald Trump, so she's willing to make up stories. That's not what the First Amendment was designed to protect. It was not designed to protect people who make up false stories. Even Thomas Jefferson made it clear, and he was the supporter of freedom of speech. That freedom of speech is not a license to maliciously lie.
Alan Dershowitz talking about what Rosie said in wherever she is, Ireland. I think she's doing some stand-up to make money.
Okay.
I think. Anyway,
she's 63.
Yeah, well, she's an angry woman, and you can't say things like that. You can get sued, and people can do that if if it's injurious, if you harm their reputation, and you're not correct, then yes, you can do that. It'll take a long time in courts and all that stuff, but certainly you could definitely go after her, and I wonder if the president will on this. Okay, again, 217-359-2255. If you have any thoughts to what we've been talking about this horrible stabbing in the Charlotte light rail system, just terrible that you'd never heard about it for 2-3 weeks. What are we doing? What's the news? Is that a news story? Yeah. Is it really get to the core of how much we're struggling with our criminal justice system?
Well, and Rick bringing up the fact on the text line that liberal lead educators have warped our young minds that buy into all this craziness. That came up actually in that debate yesterday at the Champaign Public Library of how can we reach our youth and get the vote out, and it's where are we at these days?
Well,
it's just these little snippets, these TikTok videos, whatever.
Well, what happened is everything was reachable for everybody. You can get all these crazy ideas, fun memes on dogs and babies, and you can get some cool things. But we have allowed that into our life. It still comes down, this might hurt, but it still comes down to mom and dad. If we're not good at that, what else is it important to be good at? If you don't take care of your kids, it should be God, and then it should be your family. And then the family has got to work, and you're responsible for that. And there are situations where you've done everything you think you can do, and something happens, and I get it. But as far as your life and your legacy, it should be, how do your kids turn out? That's
But what if on the case of the guy with 14 counts against him who did the stabbing, and his mother had a restraining order against him?
He has to be locked away, whether it's in prison or a hospital, but wherever it is, he can never come out again.
But there's parents at the end of their rope, and they can't just say...
You have to call the police, which he did. And you have to take him away. And it's horrible. It's just, I don't even know. But as far as what's happened, how to reach the kids, mom and dad. If we don't have mom and dad, it's harder. It just really is harder. You look at the school scores and how are the kids doing? Horribly. 39%, the new number, 39% are not proficient in either science, reading, mathematics. So what does that mean? Now my kid, I'm pretty good. Yeah, but you're living with them. They're in your subways. They have no education. They think socialism is the way out. They're not motivated to work hard because they think the people that are successful have cheated or they have rich parents. They're just resentful. This whole thing was you come to America, you get on a boat, you go to Ellis Island, you go through, somebody's sick, so they send you back. How mean. But you come in here and there's nothing promised. You have a chance to make something of yourself. You have so much inside of you, you don't crack your potential. That's a sad tragedy when a person doesn't make their potential in life, whatever that might be. Push yourself harder. Get up in the morning. Do uncomfortable things.
This came up in a conversation at the Champaign Library yesterday, too, of how parents enable their kids to just hand over the money and pay for so many things without the kid earning it.
You have got to figure out how to have balance. I've done that. We've all done probably too much for our kids, maybe. But it's what you build character through a lot of things. There's adversity. You have to be able to handle that. All these other things. Life doesn't go smoothly. You can be a Christian. There's still going to be bad things happen, hard things happen. But it does mean you have a solace, you have a comfort at the end of the day. You will have that. But it's nothing's easy. It's just what we've allowed in social media, what we've allowed with the phones, what we've allowed in families has been very destructive. And I think we're seeing more of this unbelievably crazy stuff with socialism is better. Show me. Well, I'm not talking about that socialism. Yeah, you are. Maybe you're not receptive to the fact that that's a really bad idea. It's demotivating. You're telling somebody else is going to run your life and tell you the things you're going to do. Well, if they just provide for me, you won't like that. You won't like that. You won't like getting up and going to work when the guy on the couch next door gets part of your money. Well, you don't have a heart. Okay. The worst thing you can do in life is not allow somebody to be a self-reliable person that puts a positive impact on life. Probably the greatest joy in a kid's life and a person's life is when they walk for the first time and the joy you see in their eyes because they're doing it themselves. The worst thing you can do is give people money and not make them do anything. That's the worst thing you can do to the human spirit and soul. Absolutely wrong. You've got to teach them to fish. You've got to be able to make them positive contributors to this country. It's unbelievable. We're here and we can do what we want. We have no idea what it's like elsewhere. It's just, gosh darn, go live somewhere where it's not like this. Go dip your toe in a third world country.
Just explaining the Salt and Light ministry to someone recently about not a hand out, but a hand up.
Well, they have to work for stuff.
You have to earn.
You have to earn volunteer hours and
free
stuff.
Groceries and get some clothing, but you have to put in some hours.
Anyway, it's a philosophy. It's a deep, complex deal, I know, but it's just the fact that these school kids are failing so poorly. High percentage of them are missing 2-3 days a month.
Yes, we're hearing the back to school statistics about kids not showing up for school.
Well, it's just, you start with the family, the crumbling of the family. You play the Paul Harvey commentary from 1965. And everything he said there in 1965 is true. And it worked. And it's prophetic. It's unreal.
Is it called The Devil or something from Paul Harvey?
Yeah, something like that. 3 minutes. I've played that many times. Right. You can go to YouTube it yourself. Okay, it's Tuesday. We'll call the veterinarian, our friend, coming up in a moment. We check your weather, brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And they remind you, Jazz Walk is coming up on Friday night. And if you want to experience this, walking amongst the sculptures with some live music being played, Friday, September 12th from 5 to 7 at Meadowbrook. Details, urbanaparks.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign event vicinity. Another cool start to the day. No organized rainfall anticipated anytime soon. Easily out over the next 7 to 10 to probably 10 to 14 days, except for maybe a stray shower late Saturday night. Otherwise, sunshine, cool start to the day. Later on this afternoon, 79 the forecast high, approaching seasonal levels with a light southeast to south wind. Few scattered clouds for tonight. Dawn temperatures down to about 52. Gentlest of a southeast wind for the day tomorrow. A warmer afternoon, sun-filled at 84. Light southeast to south wind down into the upper 50s tomorrow night. And Thursday, quite warm. Mostly sunny. Will top out around 87. Look at the Friday and weekend high temperatures. A very warm Friday. The high approaching 90 with sunshine. 89. Saturday, partly cloudy, highs to about 90. A hot day there with maybe a small chance for a shower at night. Up near 90 on Sunday with mid to upper 80s and more dry weather continuing Monday to Tuesday of next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solje.
Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
All right, so let's talk about it. What about Gale Frericks Trucking? How are you with drivers, etc.? How's it going?
Hey, we're coming down to the time where we're going to get some grain going in the fields. Our regional over-the-road trucks are pretty well full, but what we do is have a couple of spots that we bring in some new people to start out hauling the grain out of the field. They're home every night, they make good money, and they work a lot over 6 or 7 weeks. That's all dictated by the weather, so if the weather's good on the weekend, we're going, and then those people just transition into a regional job when the grain's done.
Awesome. Need good people for that, for sure.
Yep, need 2 or 3 good people for that. We'll be starting here in probably 3 or 4 weeks.
How do you get that process started, Tim Onstadt?
They can get me at TIMO@GFTLOG.com. They can call the office at 765-793-7131.
And you hit number 4 for that
hit
auto
number
attendant.
4 on the auto attendant, yeah.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Well, every month we enjoy featuring wonderful people from OSF, and that's what we got right now with Amber Oberheim. She's a family nurse practitioner at OSF Medical Group in Monticello. Let me ask you about women.
Yeah.
Caregivers.
Yeah, we kind of take care of everybody else.
How do women remember to take care of themselves?
So here's the thing, Stevie. We need to remember that self-care isn't selfish. So in family medicine and primary care, we look a lot at preventative medicine. And so we're looking at different screening tests for women. Specifically, we're looking at mammograms. So after the age of 40, we want to make sure that every woman has a breast cancer screening every 1 to 2 years, depending upon your age. And then, of course, colon cancer screenings. Those are starting earlier now. We backed that up to age 45. And if you have a family history of colon cancer, then it may even be a bit sooner than that. OSF accepts all insurance.
Learn more at osfhealthcare.org.
Suit up like a pro, on the field or on the ice. Join us at Busch Stadium on Friday, September 19th when the Cardinals host the Brewers. 20,000 fans, 21 and older, will score a sleek Cardinals rink jacket presented by Budweiser. It's got ice in its veins and baseball in its blood. It's the perfect fit for fans who come one night, one jacket. Don't miss it. Tickets at cardinals.com/promotion.
All right, 7:53. When you bring stuff up, you got to reference it, and then you got to play it. So I'm playing Paul Harvey. We have time.
Okay.
Paul Harvey, great news and commentary, great talented journalist from 1965 is when he read this.
If I were the devil, if I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have 1/3 of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree, thee. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door.
Wow.
Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing. Paul Harvey. Good day.
They're remarkable. That's 60 years old.
Right.
60 years old.
And to think so many statements are spot on.
Spot on. Unbelievable. Oh, okay. News will be next. We'll come back in the second hour today. I'm going to play some Brett Bielema from yesterday's press conference.
You can hear our show anytime with the podcast feature at StevieJay.com in that toolbar. Just drop down and see the Stevie J show.
Yeah, and it's you know, there's a lot of hard things in life. We got to talk about them, discuss them here a lot. Mm-hmm. And you can agree and disagree. That's the freedoms we have, and it's awesome. We appreciate you listening. You can always text in 217-359-2255, Fisher National Bank text line. So, and love that. But I think if you ignore stuff and you just accept stuff, at some point it pushes you to your tipping point, and everybody's tipping point is going to be different. But certainly for me, certainly in the last number of years, it's, you know, women's sports being compromised and, you know, little kids being talked into sex change. And you see people after they do this, 5 years later, they're 14 and they're decimated and they're so sorry they did it. And to actually push that as the right thing to do is crazy. Okay, we'll be back. Glad you're listening. I'm Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
It is Tuesday. This is September 9. We'll play a little Brett Bielema getting ready for the game. By the way, if you want to text it in a line, I had a 217-359-2255. You'll be eligible to win tickets to the Sellout Saturday night at 6.
It's from Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops in Champaign and Jet's Pizza with 2 locations.
So text in Illini if you're interested in free ones.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he had a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola.
Carpet Weaver's Labor Day sale is here with big savings, a huge selection, and everything you need to update your home. Choose Mohawk waterproof luxury vinyl floors or Mohawk Revwood, and the installation is half off. Buy Mohawk carpet, and the installation is free. Plus, get up to $1,000 rebate on Mohawk carpets and floors, and get instant rebates on all furniture and rugs. All with special 2 years free financing. Don't miss the Labor Day sale, only at Carpet Weavers.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Ryan Ruth is back in federal court. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, where he's not just the defendant, but also his own lawyer in the case of the second Trump assassination attempt last year. It's the second day of jury selection.
Federal Judge Eileen Cannon made it clear he can't make any sudden movements or roam around the courtroom during questioning.
Fox's Dana Marie McNichol outside the court in Fort Pierce, Florida. She reports on day one.
21 jurors had been dismissed. Another 120 potential jurors returned to the court today. Ruth objected to just one removal, which was a young woman who wrote that she believes felons should have their voting rights restored. Ruth himself is a convicted felon from a 2002 weapons case.
Weapons charges are among those Ruth faces, found with a rifle near the Trump golf course where the president was playing last September. There's a new illegal immigration crackdown in Illinois, which Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker opposes, calling it President Trump's war on America's third largest city. Fox's Griff Jenkins is in Chicago.
We are riding along again today with ICE. It is, of course, ICE-led, but you have multiple federal law enforcement partners, ATF, DEA, the Marshals, all in cooperation of the search to go after violent criminal illegal aliens.
ICE agents can resume a big illegal immigration crackdown at job sites and other locations in Southern California after the Supreme Court undid a judge's order that ruled those raids were unconstitutional. A murder case in Charlotte, North Carolina is under federal investigation, captured on video showing a man on a train stabbing a woman sitting in front of him unprovoked. Fox's Alexandria Hoff reports from the White House the suspect had 14 prior arrests and mental health issues.
His own mother had pled to have him behind bars just due to his ongoing troubles, his issues, and the threats that he had made. DeCarlos Brown Jr. had been in and out of courts and jails for a decade when police say he murdered 23-year-old Irina Zhutovska. She was killed exactly 3 years since she moved to the U.S. from Ukraine to escape the war.
America's listening to Fox News.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion. That's billion with a B. Yeah, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with a promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
The polls are open in Virginia this morning for a special election to fill a vacant House seat to replace late Congressman Jerry Connolly, a Democrat who died of cancer back in May. In the Senate, Republicans are ready to rewrite some rules.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune wants to speed up the nominations of about 40 lower-tier nominees considered to be non-controversial. With many of President Trump's nominees yet to be confirmed, Thune accuses the Democrats of stalling.
This is simply the world's longest, most drawn-out temper tantrum over losing an election.
Senate GOP leadership wants to change Senate rules to make the quick confirmations happen, but Minority Leader Chuck Schumer warns it could be a decision you will come to regret when Democrats control the Senate. The move would exclude the most high-profile positions, such as cabinet nominees and judges. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
We're not far into the new school year, and we have a new assessment.
U.S. high schoolers' reading and math scores have continued a decade-long slide, with some reaching historic lows. The numbers come from the National Assessment of Education Progress, better known as the nation's report card. The assessments, taken in schools nationwide between January and March of last year, were the first since the pandemic for 8th graders in science and 12th graders in reading and math. In reading, the average score was the lowest in the history of the assessment, which began in 1992. In math, the average score was the lowest since 2005. Scores also reflect a growing gender gap in STEM courses, which include science and math. In 2019, boys and girls scored virtually the same, but in 2024, girls had a steeper decline. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are up modestly, so the Nasdaq could add to yesterday's record high close. On Monday Night Football, the Minnesota Vikings rallied in the fourth quarter to beat the Chicago Bears 27-24 to end week 1 of the NFL season. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Registration for the electronics recycling event in Champaign County now open. The countywide residential electronics collection put on by Champaign-Urbana, Champaign County, the County Court and Probation Services, and Village of Savoy takes place Saturday, October 11, 8 a.m. to noon at the Parkland College. If you'd like more information, you can contact the Village of Savoy. Well, a man charged in a stabbing last week left 3 first responders hurt in Champaign. An individual called 911 last Thursday reporting they were experiencing mental health issues at a location near Neal Street and Buena Vista Drive. Officers arresting Trevor Lewis. He faces aggravated battery and resisting charges. No one hurt following an apartment fire in Champaign. That blaze broke out Sunday in the 700 block of South Mattis Avenue. Crews quickly extinguished the flames. The fire began in the dryer vent. It's believed to be accidental. You locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. It's 8:06, and good morning. Welcome to hour number 2. We had Jay Lehman on last afternoon.
Yes.
He's awesome. Breaking down the game against Duke. And the big one that the Fighting Illini had, now we're number 9 in the country.
Yes.
A few comments from Brett Bielema's presser yesterday.
Now we know the game in Indiana will be at 6:30 as far as that kickoff on Saturday, September 20th.
I don't know if we can even get tickets to go to Bloomington, Indiana. I know it's sold out. I guess you can always buy tickets if you want to go to StubHub and stuff and pay a premium. But obviously it's a big game for Indiana and going to be a big game for Illinois. Both teams need to take care of business this week and win games they're heavily favored on. So we will see what happens. But Solye, if it's going to be such great weather, shorts in my Illini golf shirt, and then
perfect.
Doing that.
Perfect.
And then Indiana a week from Saturday. So that's going to be a 6:30 evening game, man. I mean,
not far from that kind of, maybe a little, through a quarter zip, maybe later in the ball game at that point. But no real cold air, nothing resembling like we experienced around here anytime soon. Lots of summertime to go, sir.
I know, and it looked like 1,000 or 2 Illini made it all the way to Durham, North Carolina for the Illini game. There was a
That's a good turnout.
Oh my goodness, it was unbelievable. To where Luke Olmeyer recognized him late in the game, came over and kind of waved and tipped his cap to him, tipped his helmet to him, and was. But there were a lot of orange in that.
Right.
I mean, the Duke fans here, they are on the cusp of being top 25 playing Duke, and they have a very good team, I think. We'll see with the results, but this stadium...
that program's been really coming around nicely.
Well, coming better. They're all known, of course, for Cameron, the Crazies, and Cameron and Duke basketball and all that stuff. But they had a very sparse crowd. And later in the game, they bailed on them to go stand in line for basketball tickets or something, but they left.
one of their end zones was not very well populated.
I think it's a tough hire. It's a tough job. The guy that took it was a former head coach at Miami in Florida and defensive coordinator for Penn State last year. Now he's a head guy. Manny Diaz, I think, was the head coach. Anyway, I think sometimes there are schools that are really tough. In fact, I think Northern Illinois is a tough place.
Yeah.
Football's solid. Basketball is a climb. Because it's a commuter school, essentially, right? I mean,
it is. Back when I was there, a kajillion years ago, same thing. Campus would clear out. I mean, I did as well. I went back home to work. I worked in the southern suburbs at a department store to go to school. So, but a lot of people did that back then, and they still do it now. So.
Yeah, you helped me find the Rock'em Sock'em robots. I remember you. I remember that.
I always wanted that for Christmas. Santa, though, never delivered.
Yeah, you got your science weather machine, man.
I got a weather station for Christmas one year.
Yeah, and I didn't turn into be a boxer, so it didn't work out for me well. Which actually did work out for me well.
And I could send you that for Christmas, Greg. It's just I can't find the red one. I only have the blue one.
Okay. I'm sure it turns up on eBay as well if it's not around these days.
That would be called the Red Bomber and the Blue Bomber.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
You brought it back.
Well versed in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just Rock'em Sock'em robot for me because I don't know where the other.
Well, he's never going to lose.
There you go. Yeah. Just practice runs for him. So
knock the other guy off the thing.
Weather brought to you this morning by Kramer Siding and Window.
Reminding you, they always have some great ideas when it comes to bringing the outdoors indoors. Hey, you want a new patio, pergola. Find out your options at kramersiding.com.
Well, I guess the farmer isn't thrilled, but boy, the rest of us, I know, this is just easier when it's not crazy hot. I don't think 90, it's not going to be like it was in July. So.
Right, because the grounds are dry. This is a different warming trend in the atmosphere. Sometimes we get the south wind, the Gulf moisture, and then we kind of just pile up a bunch of air in the atmosphere. And when you compress a gas for folks who work in the equipment shop and the engine shop, you heat it up. Same thing with the atmosphere under the right circumstances. And so that's the story with our warm-up coming our way. And, there will be some hot days, but in the dry air, boy, look at what we had here earlier on this morning. We had readings down into the 40s, and we'll get these diurnal swings of some 30, 35, 40, 45 degrees in some spots from heat by day, pleasantly cool at night. But that just means it's fast evaporation, pulling more moisture out of the ground, and you still want to get it in the ground, even with harvest going on. You got subsoil moisture levels that begin to deplete. So it's kind of a balance back and forth this time of the year, but still probably several weeks away from something trying to get organized on a wet weather basis. There's rain in the western part of the Corn Belt this morning. No sign it's coming our way anytime soon. Out the door, 53 at Willard and Savoy, 79 later today. Sunshine, slightest of a southeast to south wind down to 52 for tonight. Sunny, warmer for the day tomorrow, up a little above average at 84. 58 tomorrow night, and a warm Thursday at 87. We'll flirt with 90 on Friday, make 90 Saturday afternoon with probably low 80s at kickoff time, and light wind and a partly cloudy sky. Shower chances small Saturday night, no bearing in the football game, then still hot Sunday at 90, and we're in the 80s still for Monday through Wednesday of next week. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance. A new front door can instantly upgrade the look of your home and make it more energy efficient. The Kramer Siding and Window team can also install French doors to your deck or patio, welcoming the outside in, or storm doors for an extra layer of protection against the elements. The estimate is free, financing is available, and the business is local. Schedule your beautiful new door today and save 25%. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Have you been dreaming of a new home or thinking of ways to make your home all it can be? You can dream no more because Fisher National Bank works every day to help turn dreams into a reality. With experienced mortgage lenders, competitive rates, fast approvals, and local servicing, the mortgage experts will guide and support you through this process, and you can start your journey today at any location. Begin the application process online if you like at fishernational.com. They can't wait to welcome you to your home. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information, including repair quotes and online scheduling requests, available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Back to school means back to Jets. Right now, get a build your own large 2-topping pizza for just $14.99 with code JETS101. Choose your crust, Detroit style, hand tossed, or thin, and make it yours with bold flavors like turbo, butter, garlic, or Cajun. Perfect for feeding hungry kindergartners all the way to worn out grad students. For a limited time, get your large 2-topping pizza for $14.99 now at jetspizza.com with code JETS101. It's not just pizza, it's Jets Pizza.
Yeah, people want tickets because it's a sellout, and it's going to be, it's one thing. This is different because the amount of people and all the Joe McCullough, U of I police, and all the first responders, all the people that are planning this, it's different when you have 28,000 versus 60. It's just, energy's different. We're 2-0. We're ranked in the top 10 in America. So the football program is hot. And we're big favorites to beat Western Michigan on Saturday night, 27.5. That's how much we're favored by.
Man.
It's a big spread. We just got to go do it and then set up this nationally televised NBC game at 6:30 in Bloomington a week from Saturday.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. All right, we got Jared. Is it White?
Yes, sir.
Jared White, and you're a scout kind of guy?
Yeah. I'm the scout executive of the Prairie Lands Council here, headquartered in Champaign.
So what can't you do?
Well,
you're an Eagle. And all.
I am an Eagle Scout,
What
sir.
What was your project?
So my project was I landscaped the public library in the town that I grew up in.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's still beautiful today.
Well, I wish it was.
If you were there to mow it.
They tore it down and they built a new police station. But, I got a plaque.
I think it was done. You did a great job.
Yeah.
All right, Jared, you're honoring Brad Underwood.
Yes, sir. On next Monday, September 15th, we're honoring Brad Underwood for our 2025 Distinguished Citizen Award. We're holding that at the Assembly Hall, State Farm Center.
Really?
At 6 o'clock next Monday.
Expecting a big crowd?
We are, yeah. It's going to be a great crowd. I mean, when you're
Wow.
honoring someone like Brad, who does so many great things, and we're excited to honor him, it's going to be a great crowd of people there.
Awesome. Was he a scout back in the day?
He was. So in 2023, we honored Josh Whitman. And Josh had Brad come in and speak, and Brad spoke about being a scout.
Okay.
And Josh spoke about being a scout. So it was just a good thing how it all went together.
So you were like, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
I can make this happen.
All the lights went off.
As far as the September 15th tickets to get into the State Farm Center and see the Distinguished Citizen Award night.
Yes.
How do we do that?
So you can go to our website, which is prairielandsbsa.org. So prairielands, PRAIRIELANDS, BSA.org. And go to our fundraising tab at the top and click Distinguished Citizen Event and get tickets. And you can reach out to our office at 217-356-7291.
So what would be an objection to being in scouting? I mean, trying to think of...
You're speaking to a person who's been in scouting for 35 years.
So for those that really aren't...
No objection.
But you're talking about... There's a lot of goodness.
There's a lot of good
things. And practical things for your life that could make you survive in a jungle where I wouldn't.
Well,
so, I mean, you just have some cool things that you learn. So for people that are listening that really don't understand scouting, what is it?
So scouting is a character education program. We don't tell people we're going to tell scouts and parents we're going to build their character, but that's what we do. So we use our words, our 3 core points of character, citizenship, and fitness to help make youth better, right? By doing that, being outdoors, doing merit badges, doing adventures, just being together. We meet weekly. I've got a den of 13 kids. They're 5th graders this year. They're called Aero Light, so they're going to cross over to that Scouts BSA program this year. I'm going to be scouts. And, we have fun each week. Tonight we're going fishing at Colbert Park.
Nice.
That's one good thing we get to do. And then next weekend we're camping at Camp Drake with my daughter.
Ooh, I love
and then
that.
some of those. So, we're just having so much fun. And, your kids are going to get to have a good time. And they may not be, scouting is a thing that it fits for everybody. One of the biggest things you'll see online this year is you'll see the running back of the Detroit Lions, David. And David was
Montgomery?
Yes.
David Montgomery's
So
a scout?
David Montgomery is an Eagle Scout.
Wow.
So grew up in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And he's our spokesperson for scouting. And you'll see him talk about, before I was a professional football player, I was an Eagle Scout, right? I am an Eagle Scout. And so there's a lot of online ads about that. And, he says, you can do scouting in sports too. And we have a lot of kids around here who do that. My son's one of those. He plays in the soccer team at Unity.
All right.
I mean, is there a perception? Oh, they're nerdy. All that. I mean,
you might get that. You know,
you're well-rounded.
You know, I think we are. You know,
a doctor's nerdy. I mean, a physicist might be. I mean, what does that mean? It means that maybe you're not the cool kid.
Right.
You're the kid that people can count on if you say you're going to do something for them.
I like to think that.
You have
yes,
the
sir.
human value and characters that we're lacking in this society.
Yeah.
And yet I've heard, people have blasted Boy Scouts for one reason or another because that's just what they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just what they do. But it's just all good.
It is. You can't make everybody happy.
You learn a little electricity. You can learn a little plumbing.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, what's the age range, Jared?
So you can start in kindergarten with our Lions program, and it goes all the way up to 18. So our Cub Scout program is kindergarten to 5th grade, and then our Scouts BSA program is that into 5th grade to 12th grade.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
and then you can go into venturing, exploring, and the older kids sea scouting.
Yeah, so venturing is great for those kids who are 14 and want to do that. Maybe not want to do traditional scouting, but do a program where they just do high adventure. Exploring is career-based. The police chief in Champaign is one of our board members, and we have a chief has a very cool.
Tim Tyler was he an Eagle?
Yes. Tim's not an Eagle Scout, but Tim has been involved in scouting for a long time, starting in St. Louis and then coming here.
Love it.
And so Tim helps us. He's our vice president of membership, and we have a venture crew there. We have an explorer post there at the police post.
Yeah.
And kids are joining it, and they're having a great time.
So where are we as far as people involved? Or is it growing again?
It is.
We need more leaders.
Yeah, we always need more people, right? More youth, more leaders. So we serve about 2,000 youth in 9 counties in Central Illinois.
Isn't that a lot?
It's a pretty good amount for the size of our council.
What was it at its peak in 1970? Where were we? A lot.
Probably about 7,000.
Okay.
So it was a lot more.
Okay.
But there are a lot less things for kids to do than there are now.
Well, it so depends on the parents too.
It does.
I was
It
never
does.
in scouting, and I'm going to blame the situation because my brothers were at Camp Drake and they did all that, and then when it was my turn, the guy quit. Okay, so I've kind of taken it personally.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stevie. I know, right?
Where were you, Jared?
I wasn't here, sir, but right here in the town of Philo.
Where were you? Come on over. Anyway, but I just admire the person that has the stick-to-itiveness to get the eagle.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work for a 15-year-old who's about ready to get it, and I don't want to do it. And I get it, but man, you complete that thing. You just don't see many mugshots with Eagle Scouts, right? I mean, there's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
Where they're so handy too.
Stevie, recently I had a friend reach out to me. He said, Jared, he goes, I didn't know when I'm too old to put Eagle Scout on my resume.
I would never stop.
And he was 61 and he lost his job, and he said he put Eagle Scout on his resume, and he said at 61 I got my job because the person looking at my resume said Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
He did something.
He's going to
It
be
means
dependable.
something. It means
He's
something.
going to be helpful,
Yeah.
friendly,
He said,
courteous,
he goes,
kind.
I think
obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Eagle Scout presidents, I think.
Well, we've only had one.
Really? Is it
only one?
Who was that?
Gerald R. Ford.
Gerald R. Ford.
Gerald R.
Okay.
Ford. So,
Good trivia.
Only had one.
Yeah, well, it's a heck of a deal. So I guess again, how do we come, Brad Underwood?
Yeah,
Monday.
Next
how do we
Monday, September 15th, 6 o'clock, State Farm Center. You can go to prairielandsbsa.org, fundraising tab, pull down to Distinguished Citizen event, get tickets. It's going to be a great night to celebrate Brad, to celebrate scouting.
And how about getting involved in having your child get involved?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. So you can reach out to our office at 217-356-7291 or go to beascout.org. So beascout.org, put in your zip code, and you can find out where units all around you.
Hey, listen, thanks for what you do.
Thanks, Stevie. I
It's
appreciate
very
that. Thanks,
important,
Diane.
and you never know the kinds of things, the impact you have later in life when they're putting 61 years old on Eagle Scout. I mean, that's a lifelong accomplishment.
And thanks for the crew and the scouts that do so much as far as volunteering in our community, too.
We try to do as much as we can.
That's
We're all
awesome.
volunteer labor. We're trying to help out and have
That's
people
great.
out there and do good things.
Jared White, you are the man, executive director.
Scout executive, very cool.
Say
Thank
the
you.
title for me.
I'm the Scout executive and CEO.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Listen, we can help you.
And prairielandsbsa.org.
Yes.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Phillips 66 is buying half of Cenovus Energy's refining unit. It will pay $1.4 billion. Cenovus is based in Canada, but the refining business includes the Wood River Refinery in Illinois and the Borger Refinery in Texas. Copper mining companies Anglo American and Tech Resources are merging and are expected to supply copper to energy and tech companies. San Francisco-based cybersecurity company company Nozomi Networks is being sold to Japan's Mitsubishi Electric. Designer Brands, parent company of the DSW shoe stores, is reporting a strong back-to-school season, but CEO Doug Howe says uncertainty continues to hurt discretionary spending. Video game seller GameStop reports earnings after the Wall Street close. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
Every hour of every day, Fox News Radio is there with the latest breaking news and information you rely on.
This is a Fox News Alert.
I'm Lisa Brady.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
With Fox News correspondents around the globe.
At the White House, Simon Owen in London.
On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The news that matters most to you. The top headlines, all in one place. Listen and follow the Fox News Hourly Update at foxnewspodcasts.com or ask your smart speaker to play Fox News.
It's great when hard work and experience are recognized. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. I am thrilled to share that Fisher National has been ranked 7th in the nation as a top lender in mortgage loans among banks with asset size of $300 million to $1 billion by our National Banking Association. This recognition is a testament to our lending team's dedication and expertise. After all, better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. If you're in the market for a new home or considering refinancing your existing home, let our team at Fisher National Bank earn your business and trust. We offer competitive rates with low closing costs, and we locally service almost all of our loans. Come see us with all your home mortgage needs and experience the top-notch service that has earned us national recognition. Learn more at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm going to play some Brett Bielema here in our next segment. I'll play what he said yesterday at his press conference. And yeah, he's springing his step, and they're focused very much on Western Michigan. And see if we can beat those Broncos here in Champaign-Urbana. And then 6 o'clock for the tip-off. It'll be about 4:30. You see the Illini, marching Illini, they'll walk through. And then you go in when you want, but this is the new season here. It's different. You're going to have more shoulder bumping and all these other things. There's a lot of people around.
Looking up, Western Michigan at 0-2 dropped a 33-30 overtime game against North Texas last weekend. So the Broncos opened up the season with Michigan State.
I think it was 23-7.
23-6, yes.
23-6. And losing North Texas, by the way, in Denton, Texas, is like, I think it's 50,000 students there. It's a relatively new call. I think the Green Wave.
Okay.
But that's a big campus, and so they played them pretty well. So we got to come play well. And believe me, if you're starting to think, gosh, is our game at Indiana at 6:30? No. Focus on the Western Michigan. Anybody can beat you on a given Saturday.
That's right.
So go play hard, go play well, focus on holding on to that ball. We had 5 turnovers that we took from Duke. Takeaways, as Jay Lehman called it last night. They weren't fumbles, they weren't turnovers, they were takeaways. We punched the ball. And so is everybody else. Somebody punched the ball last night in that Bear game, I think. I mean, and when Diane said, well, they're hitting the ball. No, they're not. They're missing. When you slug and they're moving that fast, you generally can hit the gut,
Speaking
the
of
chest.
the rock'em sock'em robots.
No, exactly. I mean, how many? I would think they land very few punches.
I see.
They miss. They're moving fast, and they're big and strong. Their arms holding onto the ball, but then somebody comes in and smokes them, hits them hard, and all of a sudden their arms get a little weak, and then they punch the ball out. Who invented the punch the ball out, man?
I was just reading some little tidbits about Western Michigan. Dyke Edelman, 92-yard punt return against Western Michigan, November 8th, 1947, still stands as the longest in Illinois history. And former Illini running back from 2022, Doak Walker Award finalist Chase Brown began his collegiate career at Western Michigan. Of course, he did well. He had some scoring over with the Cincinnati Bengals.
He scored the first touchdown of the season for the Bengals. So awesome. Chase is a starter now. Pretty darn cool. And, when you say started at Western Michigan, isn't that a shame, though, really, that you started Eastern, you started ISU, you started Western Illinois, and you're not staying if you're good.
Right.
You know, if you really get an opportunity, you're transferring immediately because you're going to get a little NIL money.
Well, his twin brother, Illini safety Sidney Brown, was at Illinois in the freshman season, so maybe the brothers just wanted to be together.
Sure, and they were like adopted. I think they were homeless.
Okay.
I think they were homeless when they were 16 years old.
Remember that
a big story
now.
they made. Yeah, Chase and Sidney Brown. Sidney's with Philadelphia, I think. If he's still there. Anyway, it's quite the evolution here. Brett Bielema came here, and we weren't in the best of shape. And then, boom, look at us now, top 10.
These are some of the storylines we'll be hearing as the game gets closer. Of course, we're giving away tickets thanks to Parlor Donuts and Jets Pizza. If you want to text in Illini, 217-359-2255.
And a lot of people responding to that, and that's great because we'd like to get these tickets out.
Yes.
And it's kind of fun to have a ticket you want because that's not every day, okay?
Inside
it will be with this USC sold out, and Ohio State's going to be hot stuff.
That's right. That's October 11th. Now, downtown Champaign has their farmers market. I want to remind people about this family-friendly scene with games, puzzles, hair braiding, and all kinds of produce for sale. That's Tuesdays from 3 to 6 if you'd like to check that out. You can even sip and stroll in the Plaza District there as you get to go alcoholic beverages from adjoining businesses. So that's a new thing. So you can experience that today. We all have Greg Solier's forecast coming up.
Yeah, beautiful weather. Yeah, I want my hair braided. And if they don't, I'll call it ageism.
Okay.
I need you to braid my hair. It was advertised, and you need to braid my hair.
Stevie, good luck with that.
8:30.
Confused by all the Medicare mail? You're not alone. At the Rumsey Group, your local Medicare agency, we'll sit down with you, review your doctors and prescriptions, and help you choose a plan that fits your needs. Call the Rumsey Group today at 217-363-3031. Don't wait. The annual enrollment period ends on December 7th. We're the Rumsey Group. No pressure, just the help you need.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868. Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Therese Crowley. The Midway Blitz immigration enforcement in full swing in Chicago in the name of a young woman, Katie Abraham, killed by an illegal migrant hit and run. President Trump now demanding accountability for another category of city crime and the murder of a young woman refugee on a Charlotte light rail train by a homeless repeat offender. The FBI and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy both investigating.
Your federal tax dollars go to fund a lot of these transit systems across the country, and we have to look at them and say, well, maybe it's appropriate that we start pulling some of that money back, because I don't think the American taxpayer wants to pay for the homelessness and criminal element.
Tells Fox he'll pull back money from systems that don't protect riders. A House panel follows up on government UFO secrets with Florida Rep. Anna Paulina Luna saying some of the stuff we've seen is not made by man. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Well, a man charged in a stabbing last week had left 3 first responders hurt in Champaign. An individual called 911 last Thursday reporting they were experiencing mental health issues at a location near Neal Street and Buena Vista Drive. Officers arresting Trevor Lewis. He faces aggravated battery and resisting charges. No one hurt following an apartment fire in Champaign. That blaze broke out Sunday in the 700 block of South Mattis Avenue. Crews quickly extinguished the flames. The fire began at the dryer vent. It's believed to be accidental. Registration for the electronics recycling event in Champaign County now open. The countywide residential electronics collection put on by Champaign-Urbana, Champaign County, the County Court and Probation Services in Village of Savoy. Takes place Saturday, October 11, 8 a.m. to noon at the Parkland College. If you'd like more information, you can contact the Village of Savoy. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
All right, we check your weather brought to you by Busey for over 157 years. It's Busey, member FDIC. Here's our meteorologist, Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana this Saturday. And this delightful late summertime weather pattern continues on. And if you're still looking and clamoring for a little more summertime, your wish will be granted with a big warm-up in temperatures over the second half of the week, much of next week as well. Almost a midsummer feel anticipated, minus the humidity with these dry, drought-ridden grounds, which will continue to increase and expand. Remote prospects for a drop or two of rain at some point Saturday night. Otherwise, another dry spell of weather that continues on well into next week, if not beyond. Mostly sunny today, near seasonal warmth. The high approaching 80 in some spots. Light southeast to south wind. Partly cloudy 52 for tonight. Mostly sunny, warmer for the day tomorrow, up around 84. Gentlest of a southeast to south wind. 58 tomorrow night. Sunshine at 87 on Thursday. Kickoff Friday evening into the lower 80s. Before that, afternoon highs close to 90. We'll make 90 Saturday and Sunday with 80s for high temperatures into Monday and Tuesday of next week as well. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Yeah, it was really frustrating last night. The Bears had that game in hand, and then they didn't. 17-6, the Bears winning in the fourth quarter. And here comes J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, they were dominant in the fourth quarter.
You know, we didn't know much about J.J. McCarthy because last time he was sidelined with that season-ending meniscus injury.
It was his debut
in the preseason. I think
you're correct. It was his debut last night in his hometown. He's from like Lyons Township or something. Anyway, they had 200 people there for him.
Oh wow!
200 family and friends showed up for J.J. McCarthy.
Soldier Field,
and he threw a pick six, meaning interception, touchdown Bears, which is horrible for a quarterback. And yet he was still encouraging. So very encouraging his teammates. He's still very impressive. And this is the best debut for the Minnesota Vikings on an opening game since a guy named Fran Tarkenton in 1961 had the same kind of game against the Bears. 1961, 2025. Fran Tarkenton is Hall of Famer and amazing quarterback. Will J.J. McCarthy be the same? Anyway, the good news is the Bears, I think, are good. So we'll see, but I think this is different. It feels different. It's not like, oh, here we go again. It's not a bad team.
I know. And I see J.J. McCarthy, LaGrange Park, Illinois.
Knew it was something like that. Anyway,
he's only 22.
Yeah, he's young. Went to Michigan, national championship, blah, 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 blah. Well, will Caleb Williams be the Bear quarterback? Bears fan told me this morning he's got to be. So he started out 10 for 10. Those are what we call the scripted plays, where here's the 1 through 15 what we're doing.
Okay.
And then after that, and some of the freelance on the blitzes, 5 for 12 for the blitzes is what his efficiency was. So,
do we feel okay about 39-year-old Ben Johnson leading the Bears?
No question. I think the guy's a star. I think it's a different feel for the Bears culturally. I just think it'll be okay. Sadly, it's a process. You don't just turn on the switch. You got to have to go through the Brett Bielema said it. Figure out how not to lose games. Duke lost their game because they made mistakes. We did that all the time. That's why we were all freaking out about Western Michigan coming in 5 years. Oh, no.
Okay.
I think we're solidly better than the team coming Saturday. Doesn't mean you're going to win. So you just go do your thing and focus. I think you'll be fine because we're bigger, stronger, faster. It's recruiting. It's... and somebody made the point, if you look at was it Evan Stone yesterday, Curtis Allen? Anyway, they were talking about as far as ratings, we get a lot of 3-star guys. Ohio State gets a lot of 5-star guys. That means that they're projected to be a little bit better athlete, better player, all that. But as far as we're ranked number 9, we probably have the most 3-stars than anybody above us in the country.
Okay.
I mean, everybody is getting 4- and 5-star guys. It's just like, when I coached 6th grade basketball on 5'11" kids, I was better coach when they showed up.
Yeah.
It's just a lot is talent.
Yeah.
And then how you put it all together is huge. But anyway, Brett Bielema talking about a guy named Hank Beatty.
Yes.
What up? Wow.
To have a player pop up so quickly at Rochester and to have the accolades. And then once I saw the film, I didn't know where he was going to be, honestly. It was during the Zoom era, so I hadn't really seen him physically in person. Just was super excited the way Derek talked about him, just as, he'd played him at wide receiver, but he also played him at quarterback. I automatically thought, is this a defensive guy? And to be honest, really coming into fall camp that year, I didn't know exactly where it was going to play out. I did think about defense, but after I saw him catch the ball, he just catches the ball so naturally. And even like that, his run on Saturday, that was kind of up his bag of tricks, because once he's coming at you and you got a couple choices to make, east or west, and to go vertical, I kind of felt good about that, right? He just kind of gave a little bit of, got high with the shoulders, sunk, and then made a move. So he's just really gifted with the ball in his hands, and super excited to see it play out. Or I'm around great players. The great players let the game come to them, and I've witnessed this. I heard my coach say it the other day, and it's exactly what Hank Beatty is. He doesn't ever really try to press. Doesn't really try to create something that's not there. He lets the game come to him naturally, and because of that, I think that's kind of his punt return instincts, right? Like I would think when he made his big jump, he had some success in the punt return game, and now that's transcended into everything he's doing, and then just to see the reaction of his teammates, he's just so well liked. He's not a real vocal guy. He speaks actions through what he does, or speaks volume through what he does, and that's been the fun part to watch.
You know who else was patient? I mean, when Hank Beatty made that, was it reverse kind of then he scored a touchdown, because he was waiting for the blocking. He kind of waited and then spurted through the hole. Chase Brown did a lot of that. Chase would wait and then go. A lot of runners just go, gotta go. And he would be very, very patient. And that's a huge attribute for Hank. Just a good player, Hank Beatty. And they're talking, the kid has a chance to play at the next level.
Wow.
I don't think you expected that.
From Rochester, Illinois, 5'11", 185.
We had Wes Lunt. Was that the quarterback who came from Rochester? I think so. All right, Brett Bielema continued.
I thought it was funny. So Josh and I talk pretty much every day, right? And Josh is in Chicago with the athletic directors. So last night we'd been kind of playing phone tag. We sat by each other on a plane, and we're able to kind of have some conversations there. But then he said, "Hey, I'm going to be in Chicago tomorrow night. Let's touch base." And so everything was kind of happening real fast yesterday, just during the course of the day, as Sunday, as it always is. And so I don't think we actually ended up connected till it was almost 9 o'clock or so. And we talked about a couple of things that were on our radar that we just naturally talk about, a lot of different things. And he goes, "There's something else." And he said it twice, and I brought up some other things. And then he said, "Oh, yeah." He goes, "Hey, you're ranked in the top 10. Congrats." And I kind of laughed, and he laughed, because it really wasn't a part of our conversation. I think that kind of just, obviously very excited, and it's a lot of great things out there for people to talk about. I know even just that crowd on Saturday, right? To hear that many people, and I know that's not by chance. I know that people are excited about Illinois football, and I think that's a good thing. And just by the judge of requests that Brett's come to me with, from a media standpoint, to people that want to talk to us. I think Luke's going on the Rome show, right? Just fun for those guys to have those fun things as well. But I really do think these guys are all about the game in front of them.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing when everybody wants to interview you and you want to be this show. It's just from 2 requests a week to what, 30? I mean, you're kind of a big deal right now, which is fantastic. Just keep her going. All right, 841.
At F&B Wealth Management, it's not just about numbers, it's about people and communities. Hi, I'm Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank and F&B Wealth Management. Our team is united by a shared passion for helping you achieve your financial goals. We are equipped and eager to work together to craft personalized financial solutions just for you, including retirement planning, risk management through life insurance, long-term care insurance planning, and investment advisory services. Together, we will celebrate milestones, navigate life's transitions, and build a financial future that reflects your values. Experience the difference of a team that truly cares. Visit investwithfnb.com to learn more about dedicated advisors and start your journey toward a financial confidence today.
F&B Wealth Management is a division of Fisher National Bank. F&B securities are not insured by the FDIC, not a deposit or other obligation of or guaranteed by the depository institution. Subject to investment risks, including possible loss of the principal amount invested. Securities, insurance, and investment advisory services are offered through Midwestern Securities Trading Company, LLC, MSTC. Member FINRA, SIPC. MSTC and F&B are not affiliated.
F&B Wealth Management, supporting exceptional communities full of exceptional people.
When feeling better can't wait, visit Christie Clinic Convenient Care. Convenient locations, hours to fit your schedule, and no appointment necessary. Plus, you don't have to be a Christie Clinic patient. Receive health care when and where you need it with Christie Clinic Convenient Care. Christie Clinic accepts Health Alliance and most other major insurance plans. Visit ChristieClinic.com to find the convenient care closest to you.
We're back. Today's topic, home appliances. Our guest is Paul Reekin from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Hey, Chris.
Caller, go ahead.
Yo, hey, I messed up.
Uh-oh.
I'm appliance shopping at a big box store. Can't seem to find anyone to help me. What do I do?
I get this one a lot. You actually may not find anyone.
What can be done?
Well, at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, one of our trained, low-pressure sales associates will greet you when you come in and be ready to find you the best deal on an appliance.
Great. I still don't see anyone here. Hello.
He's off the grid, Paul.
We'll get him the help he needs. Let's take another call.
You're on with Paul from Dick Van Dyke.
My oven is only a few years old and already needs a repair. I bought it from a store that said they have service. I haven't seen a repairman yet, and it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, this is a bad one. Ma'am, lots of stores claim to have repair service, but if they can't get to you in 2 days or less, that's not service at all. We'll get a factory-trained technician out to you right away.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Sarah Champagne's Ben Quattrone on keeping his employees.
It's got to be the place to work. We have to pay the best. We have to treat people the best. Some of the guys wanted to order pizza the other day. Well, we bought 30 Papa Del's pizzas. BMW had the best month they've ever had. They said, can we have a cookout? Saturday, I cooked like 50 ribeye steaks. And they were expecting like cheese, burgers and hot dogs and stuff. Like, if I'm eating steak, you're eating steak. We both eat steak, we both eat hamburger.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. Well, the projected mayor of New York to be is Zevran Mandami.
Mm-hmm.
He says he wants to lessen the prison population.
Oh, boy.
I think Andrew Cuomo can win because they're offering Eric Adams a job in the administration with Donald Trump. And they have to figure out Sliwa, the Republican candidate.
Curtis, maybe?
Curtis Sliwa.
Mm-hmm.
If
Always
they can,
wears that little beanie or whatever.
Yep. If they can get those two to take a White House job or some job somewhere in the administration and leave Andrew Cuomo essentially one-on-one with Zevran Mandami, he'll win. Cuomo will win. The polling shows 52-41 if you just narrow the field. They got to figure out how to get and Sliwa and Adams are way down from the standpoint of having a chance to win.
Okay, well, and Curtis Sliwa is 71, and he is one of the chief executive officers for the Guardian Angels.
Guardian Angels, that's what it is. And good men, but if you don't get it, Cuomo versus Mandami, it's going to be a socialist in New York.
Well, and they're showing now all this crime in New York. Oh, my God. I just hate seeing all this video of all these horrible
Well, there's cameras everywhere now, so you
know.
can see things. Check your sports headlines.
Seattle beat our St. Louis Cardinals 4-2. It's an 8:40 first pitch here on ESPN 93.5. Atlanta beat the Chicago Cubs 4-1. 6:15 across the hallway at Stevie J Broadcasting on US 105.9. Tampa Bay Rays taking on the Chicago White Sox on the south side. White Sox had the day off yesterday. That's a 6:40 start. What's trending is the Bears, and man, 17-6, feeling good in that fourth quarter. They're talking about the new defensive coordinator for the Bears, Dennis Allen, who came from the New Orleans Saints.
Head coach of the New Orleans Saints.
And what an impact he made in the beginning of the game and really threw J.J. McCarthy off, who was sidelined last year with that meniscus injury. We didn't even see much action from him at all. And then now he's coming out of the gate and coming from Michigan.
No, he's good.
Hung on to win. Minnesota on top 27-24.
He's got a good arm. He's sneaking passes in there. First game, really? Wow.
I know.
Pretty good.
So now the Bears have Detroit, and that game on Sunday, I believe, at noon. So just keep that in mind, and if you want to watch the Bears with fellow Bears fans, it's always fun to go to Pia's, 1609 West Springfield Avenue, handing out a Bears jersey during the game yesterday. Gabe Yakus from our Illinois named the Panini Senior Bowl Defensive Player of the Week as the preseason All-American helped our Illini win 45-19 over Duke, only player in the nation with a sack, a forced fumble, back-to-back games this season. Let's hope he can do it again. Saturday against Western Michigan. It's a 6 o'clock kickoff.
When he comes from behind, you notice his right arm is coming down like a sledgehammer. And if a quarterback isn't prepared for that, there's no way they're holding on to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They're 2 for 2. We'll see if he can continue.
And when we go to Bloomington on September 20th to face Indiana and the Hoosiers, number 22, that's a 6:30 kickoff. That's just been tapped.
All right, 8:48. We'll check meteorologist Greg Solier's forecast one more time this afternoon on The Drive. It's Evan Stone and Curtis Allen.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Stevie J Broadcasting and Parlor Donuts want to send you to see the number 9th ranked Fighting Illini sold-out game against Western Michigan. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to Memorial Stadium. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets for Illini football against Western Michigan with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty talking to us in studio. Maybe you have an aging parent who's been in this property for a long time, but they need something that's more reasonable for that chapter of life. Reaching out to you makes sense and talking about options for the future.
Yeah, the biggest shortage we continue to find is the downsizing opportunities into ranch-style homes in some of our more rural communities. Over the last 2 years, we've been trying to hit those challenges and find solutions for them. So we've been looking at all of our small outlying communities, St. Joe, Tolono, Rantoul, Paxton, Fisher, and we're looking at different ways and opportunities in these more rural, smaller communities to give them the ability to downsize their house without sacrificing the luxuries that they're used to.
It's Nate Evans at 217-239-7113. Do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana this Saturday, and this delightful late summertime weather pattern continues on. And if you're still looking and clamoring for a little more summertime, your wish will be granted with a big warm up in temperatures over the second half of the week, much of next week as well. Almost a midsummer feel anticipated, minus the humidity with these dry, drought-ridden grounds, which will continue to increase and expand. Remote prospects for a drop or two of rain at some point Saturday night. Otherwise, another dry spell of weather that continues on well into next week, if not beyond. Mostly sunny today, near seasonal warmth, the high approaching 80 in some spots, light southeast to south wind, partly cloudy 52 for tonight, mostly sunny, warmer for the day tomorrow, up around 84, gentle as to a southeast to south wind. 58 tomorrow night, sunshine at 87 on Thursday, kickoff Friday evening into the lower 80s. Before that, afternoon highs close to 90, will make 90 Saturday and Sunday, with 80s for high temperatures into Monday and Tuesday of next week as well. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
We're back. Today's topic, home appliances. Our guest is Paul Reekin from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Hey, Chris.
Caller, go ahead.
Yo, hey, I messed up.
Uh-oh.
I'm appliance shopping at a big box store. Can't seem to find anyone to help me. What do I do?
I get this one a lot. You actually may not find anyone.
What can be done?
Well, at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, one of our trained low-pressure sales associates will greet you when you come in and be ready to find you the best deal on an appliance.
Great. I still don't see anyone here. Hello.
He's off the grid, Paul.
We'll get him the help he needs. Let's take another call.
You're on with Paul from Dick Van Dyke.
My oven is only a few years old and already needs a repair. I bought it from a store that said they have service. I haven't seen a repairman yet, and it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, this is a bad one. Ma'am, lots of stores claim to have repair service, but if they can't get to you in 2 days or less, that's not service at all. We'll get a factory-trained technician out to you right away.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Michelle Thornsborough. She is, along with her husband Brad, the owner of Grizzly's Chimney Service. Why are you so focused on taking care of people?
I enjoy relationships. I enjoy relationships in our community. It's very important to me. Like I said, they're an extended part of our family. We've grown our business that way, and I enjoy that part of running a business. And so all of our customers are very valuable. I've learned from them, and I hope that they've learned from us. Connect with us by visiting our website, grizzlysweep.com, or you can visit our Facebook page.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground Solutions. Are you tired of dealing with leaky faucets, basement flooding, bursting or leaking pipes? From plumbing maintenance and repairs to installing new water heaters and sump pumps, our goal is to get you up and running as soon as possible. At Lands Plumbing, we have 24/7 emergency service and a team of highly skilled professionals that will work with you to get the job done right the first time. I'm Troy Lands. You can count on my company because you can count on me.
All righty, we will resume tomorrow morning between 7 and 9 once again. Don't forget the drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone this afternoon. Jay Lehman's on Mondays. He was terrific yesterday talking about the Illini and the football team. And
some of our stellar players and statistics.
Yep.
Jay's awesome.
Just a really, really good win for us against Duke. The game was essentially a coin flip, particularly at halftime. I wasn't sure which direction it was going to go. Anyway, so we're 2-0. Let's go beat Western Michigan. We're doing tickets at 217-359-2255 for this sellout. If you're interested, you text in Illini.
And
you have
thanks
a
again
chance.
to Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops. Boy, those layered donuts are good. And all kinds of drinks, too. Plus, they have that drive-thru right there. And then you've got Jet's Pizza with 2 locations. It's 2 slices and a soda or water for less than $8.
You can't beat that.
I know it.
Yeah, I'll fill you up. You don't want 3 pieces, you'll go to sleep. Okay? Can't take too much for lunch.
Food coma.
Yeah, no, that's very easy to get into.
It's real.
All right, Diane, thank you.
Enjoy the day.
It's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Know you're out there. We thank you for that. Again, this afternoon on The Drive, it's wonderful what these kids are doing. I'm calling these guys kids. Curtis and Evan doing a great job. You're going to listen in after 3 this afternoon. All right, talk to you tomorrow. I'm Stevie J. Have a great Tuesday.
Hi, Randy Graham here with Curtis Orchard. Our delicious donuts are back because we are open for the season. Wait till you see our expanded Land of Oz activities with more mazes, a basketball shootout, new games, and a shade pavilion. We're redoing our barn, and now you can watch artist Jose Vasquez create a new Oz mural. Follow Facebook for dates and times. Of course, we still have all your favorites like peaches, apples, produce, fritters, and pies, cider slushies to beat the heat. Go to curtisorchard.com and like us on Facebook to find out more.
PDR Automotive has now been serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 50 years. To give you some perspective, 50 years ago ended the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. So what does that mean for you and your vehicle? Whether you need a carburetor overhauled or your new vehicle computer system diagnosed or programmed, PDR Automotive has the experienced, knowledgeable staff that can handle all your automotive needs. Online at pdrauto.com, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. Sarah Champagne Managing Partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com. And what about Dixie Chopper? What do you got? Dedicated diesel.
The best prices you'll ever get on a Dixie Chopper. I'm looking at right now the list of a classic. The regular retails for $18,200. We're going to sell it for $12,500.
What?
Yep.
You're doing commercial. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, we're gonna sell some of these things and move them out. A $7,500 Z2. We're going to get rid of for $5,000.
Man.
$20,000 Eagle, 72-inch cut. It's there for $13,500.
Wow. It's the fastest lawnmowers in the world called Dixie Chopper. Go to Dedicated Diesel. How would I reach Andy for that?
They can call Andy at 217-328-0562. Visit him at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana, or check him out on Dedicated Equipment on Facebook.
Looking for a roof you could count on? Call Freedom Roofing, locally owned and proudly serving Central Illinois. Whether it's residential or commercial roofing or even siding, Freedom Roofing gets the job done right. With over 280 5-star Google reviews, you know you're working with a team you can trust. Quality work, honest prices, and service that stands tall, just like the flag we fly. Visit freedomchampaign.com today. Freedom Roofing, built on integrity, powered by pride.
Fighting Illini football is back as they take on Western Michigan in Memorial Stadium, Saturday, September 13th. It's Family Day and Youth Sports Day. Bring out your family and friends to enjoy some food, tailgating, and Illinois football. Limited tickets remain. For more information and special deals, visit fightingillini.com/promotions.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Trinity Home Medical in Central Illinois has you covered. For 22 years, they've been your trusted source for medical support. Now they're excited to offer continuous glucose monitors. No more finger sticks. Get real-time glucose readings to avoid dangerous spikes and crashes. Most insulin-dependent diabetics qualify through insurance, and they handle everything: insurance processing, delivery, education, and support. Call Trinity Home Medical today at 877-663-0202 or visit trinityhme.com.
At Coach House Garages, buildings are more than just garages and backyard sheds. By combining your imagination with their experience, generations of Amish craftsmanship, and the finest quality materials, they build a garage that fits all of your specifications at a budget you can live with. To learn more about what Coach House of Champaign and Danville offers, visit them online at CoachHouseGarages.com or call at 217-351-9073.
More than just a garage. It's a Coach House.
Or visit johndeere.com/GatorXUV.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign.